Diablo 4 Season of the Malignant is finally upon us. All issues with the latest patch aside, let's talk about the season journey. Let's talk about what we have to do and what we get. I've already activated the premium battle pass that comes with the collector's edition, and the second highest edition should also have a battle pass come with it, so do check that out in the season's journey. Now, moving on, seasonal journey. As you can see, we have a total of, 4, 5, 6, 7 different levels of the seasonal journey, all of which have sub-goals that you have to do. If you get to like 8 or 7 sub-goals completed out of the 9, you will get this filled up and you will move on to the next chapter. And as you can see, there are sometimes more or less objectives to do. Chapter 3, for example, has 13 objectives. So we'll talk about what we get for rewards, and we'll also talk about what we have to do. So, Chapter 1. You will get greater favors. This goes towards unlocking battle pass reward tiers. A first journey cache, which will contain herbs and jewelry. And then we will get a total of 5 legendary aspects. A legendary aspect for Barbarian to call forth 4 Ancients who charge, dealing 50% normal damage. A aspect for the Druid, Poison Creepers active, also costs a landslide in a circle around you. Buff skills will deal 10% increased damage to poisoned enemies. Then we have the aspect for the Gore Quills for our Necromancer. Blood Lance will consume blood orbs to conjure lances from them. Each additional blood lance deals 20% normal damage and prioritizes targeting unlanced enemies. For the Rogue, aspect of Pestilent points. Every third cast of Puncture is poison imbued with 100% normal potency. And then last but not least, of course, for the Mage, for Mages, Wizard, of course, aspect of Searing Wards. After spending 200 mana, your next fireball is free to cast and will destroy incoming small missiles. So, what can we do to get this chapter going? Need to find 15 Gallowine. This can just be collected in the world. It's a plant. Need to find a Malignant Heart. Available after completing or skipping the campaign. So of course skip your campaign if you're starting the new season, if you have the ability to do so. Den of Evil, do 1 dungeon. Trouble in the Wilds, do 1 world event. Into the Frozen Dark, do 1 dungeon, 3 dungeons in Fractured Peaks. Then what looks below, we have to complete a cellar. Kind Stranger, 1 priority or side quest, times 5. Keeper of the Keys, collect the Whispering Keys, sold at the Purveyor of Curiosities. You get that for, I believe, 20 Murmuring Opals. And then salvage 10 items at the Blacksmith. 10 normal items, aka grey items. Okay, all of these grant you a smaller favor. Let's see how many we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So all 9 are here in the list. Okay, so that will be Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Chapter rewards, once again, greater favor. Second journey cache. This will contain a number of scattered prisms and jewelry. And another 5 aspects for the Barbarian. Bold Chieftain's aspect. This is nice. This is nice. So that is one that is hard to get sometimes for Barbs early on. This is when you cast a short skill, its cooldown is reduced by 1.0 seconds per nearby enemy up to a maximum of 6 seconds. This is really nice. Then we get the Shockwave aspects for the Druid. Pulverize creates a shockwave that travels forward, dealing 60% of its damage to targets in path. Aspect of Exposed Flesh, up to 10% chance to generate 30 essence when hitting a vulnerable enemy with your bone skills. Damn, currently I'm looking to level up Necromancer, so this stuff is really great, and there is not much stuff you have to do for that. You should get to Chapter 2 and get through Chapter 2 relatively quickly. This is really nice. Then for our Rogues, aspect of Surprise, when you evade or shadow step, you leave behind a cluster of exploding stun grenades that deal 5 physical damage and stun enemies for 0.5 seconds. And the Wizard's Frozen Orb stays in place after reaching its destination and explodes for 2 additional times for 20% of its damage, aspect of Frozen Orbit. What will we have to do for that? We have to do 10 cellars, so guys, what I'm seeing so far is use the open world. Definitely use the open world if you're focusing hardcore on speed leveling with all the different methods that are out there. And they're excellent, don't get me wrong. But if you do that, of course, you will later have to go back and do all of this stuff. Whereas if you just open world level, you will just get all of this done naturally. So, 10 cellars, 3 Malignant Hearts, complete a Stronghold, craft a chipped gem at the Jeweler, complete 5 Malignant Tunnels, reach level 25. This is also level gated, as you can see. This is definitely gated behind level 25. Collect Demon Hearts from killing demons in cellars. No, found from killing demons or in cellars, okay. Then we will have to change your gear's appearance at the wardrobe 5 times. 10 times find waypoints, or interact with waypoints, and these are unfound waypoints, so just find 10 waypoints. upgrade items to level 1 at the blacksmith or the jeweler twice, and upgrade your potion to the miner at the alchemist. So level 25 is the earliest, I think, where you can get most of these, but we need 11 objectives completed, and we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. But it looks to me like you only will need like 9 or so to complete here, so it might not be needed to get to level 25, because you might get to this requirement right here of 9 objectives complete, I think, earlier than reaching level 25. Moving on, Chapter 3. Greater Favors once again, third journey cache, legendary salvage as well as jewelry, and 5 more aspects. Barbarians get encroaching wrath. After spending 100 fury, your next weapon skill deals 82% increased damage. Nice. For the druids, Direwolf's aspect, Grizzly Rage shapeshifts you into Dire Werewolf. As a Dire Werewolf, you get 15% movement speed instead of damage reduction and 30% spirit cost reduction bonus. In addition, kills heal you for 10% of your maximum life. The Necromancers get Aspect of Decay. Each time the Shadowblade key passive deals damage to enemies, it increases next Shadowblade's damage within 10 seconds by 20%. Multiplicative, stacking 5 times. Then we have, for the Rogues, Aspect of Imitated Imbuement. Your Shadow Clones also mimic the imbuements applied to your skills. Casting Imbuement skill grants your active Shadow Clone 8% increased damage for 9 seconds. And the Wizard Aspect of the Unbroken Tether. Chain Lightning has a 30% chance to chain 2 additional times. 13 total objectives. Find scattered prisms from world bosses or treasure goblins. Again, open world. Buy items from the Purveyor of Curiosities 5 times, that's a gambling guy. 5 more strongholds. Then we will have to find 4 aspects in the Codex of Power through completing dungeons. 5 world events. Complete Whispers after reaching a certain point of completing the campaign. So Whispers, of course, are the Tree of Whispers quests. 10 out of these. It looks like these are the individual Whispers. So either this is going to be 10 Whispers, regardless of how much this gets you in terms of progress at the Tree of Whispers, because some, like for example killing the world boss, gets you like 5 progress at the Tree of Whispers. So we'll have to see if this is like 10 different quests or 10 points in total. Bonus distilled, we have to craft 5 elixirs, which we will need for leveling anyways, because they give you that sweet XP bonus. Imprint an aspect at the occultists. Grim reward, obtain caches from the Tree of Whispers, and by completing Whispers. Okay, so they want you to get 10 caches from the Tree of Whispers. That could take a while. That's one I would probably skip. Corruption cleansed, 5 more malignant tunnels, then upgrade the potion again, upgrade items to level 2 times, and purging the plague, use Wrathful Malignant Invoker in a malignant tunnel after completing or skipping campaign. Okay, so this is basically going for like one of the like higher tier bosses there. Okay. Moving on to Tier 4. Rewards for Tier 4 or Chapter 4. Greater Favors once again. 4th Journey Cache will give us a number of Malignant Hearts and Forgotten Souls as well as Jewelry. Nice. 5 more aspects once again. Earthquake aspect for the Barbarian. Ground Stop creates an Earthquake, damaging enemies for 28 physical damage over 4 seconds. While sending in Earthquakes, you will deal 5% increased damage. Then we have for the Druid Lightning Dancer's aspect. Lightning Storm critical strikes spawn 3 Dancing Bolts that seek enemies in the area, dealing 32 lightning damage. For the Necromancer, every 8 seconds, your Cold Skeletal Mages cast a Blizzard that deal 23 cold damage and continuously chills enemies for 8% for 6 seconds. Rogues, Umber's aspect, lucky hit, critical strikes with maximum skills have up to a 40% chance to grant a free Dark Short Shadow. And then right here, gravitational aspect, ball lightning orbits around you, but its damage is decreased by 20% for the wizard. 9 out of 12 needed for this chapter. Actually, it says down here how much you need. Alright, so what will you have to do? 10 Malignant Hearts. You need to change the world tier. So this is probably for world tier 3 then. Quelled Hatred, we need to purify Seeds of Hatred in hostile areas. Look for this on your map. You need to collect Coiling Wards, found by salvaging legendary armor. And we will have to unlock aspects in the Codex of Power through completing dungeons, 15 of them in total. Father's Gate. Complete the Cathedral of Light to unlock the Nightmare world tier. Might actually be able to get that by just switching to world tier 2, I wonder. Then Miracles of Alchemy, craft 10 more elixirs. It could be 10 more, it could be 10 total. I don't know how the counting is gonna be. It could be 10 total, so you just would have to do 5 because you already did 5 beforehand, right? Equip a legendary item in every slot. That's gonna take a little bit. Legend at the Forge, upgrade to level 4 at the Blacksmith or Jeweler. One time. Kill 100 elite monsters. Okay, can take a little bit. Reach level 50. Okay, but until then you will have this done. And complete 25 priority or side quests. So leaving it open to go dungeons or just do open world a little bit more, but you will definitely have to do some open world to get all of this done. Chapter 5, Slayer. 9 out of 11 objectives are needed. The amount of rewards goes down, but let's see what we get. Epic Favor. 5th Journey Cache. Late game resources and Nightmare Sigils to pursue greater hates and challenges, as well as jewelry. And the Craven Aspect for all classes, 20% increased movement speed when moving away from slowed or chilled enemies. Run away, little girl, run away. That's the aspect right here. Okay, what we have to do. Wrath's Beating Heart, acquire a Wrathful Malignant Heart. And we have to do Nightmare Sigils to empower dungeons, do 5 Nightmare Dungeons, open a Tortured Gift of any type during a Helltide, craft Nightmare Sigils twice at the Occultist, kill a player in PvP. This is one that a lot of people will skip probably. Prophecy Manifest, open a Tortured Gift of Mysteries during Helltide. That's the one for 250 cinders, embers, whatever it's called. Then Scourge of the Malignant, 15 more Malignant Tunnels. Lingering Wrath, defeat the Echo of Varshan after completing the seasonal storyline. Okay, so this is here in basically in Chapter 5. Paragon's Path, unlock 15 Paragon nodes after reaching level 50 through the use of Paragon points. Upgrade 2 more items to level 4 and improve a Paragon glyph to rank 4 after finishing Nightmare Dungeons. Then we will go to Chapter 6, Champion. We get Epic Favors once again. We get a 6th Journey Cache, which contains a number of late game resources and Nightmare Sigils to pursue greater heights, as well as jewelry, and Aspect of Audacity. When there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for 2 seconds, can occur every 20 seconds. 9 out of 11 of these objectives will be to be done. Lilith's Undoing, and as you can see, by the way, the favor rewards are also going up now. Lilith's Undoing. Purify Seeds of Hatred in hostile areas. Look for these on your map. This is PvP area. Threshold of Damnation. Complete the Fallen Temple to unlock Torment. Defeat the Torment 3 or about level 3 Nightmare Echo of Varshan. This is unlock World Tier 4. This is kill Varshan at World Tier 3. Upgrade items to level 5 at the Blacksmith 3 times. Improve a Paragon Glyph to level 20. The Gathering Fires. Acquire Cinders during Helltide and Nightmare 1000. I hope this is already possible to get or to progress as it's still locked. Because this is something that you will naturally get the first time you go into Helltide. Let's say, for example, after going to World Tier 3. Imprint 10 aspects at the Occultist. Unlock a legendary Paragon node after reaching level 50. Reach level 75. Complete a Tier 15 Nightmare Dungeon and kill a world boss in Tier 3 Nightmare. And then finally the last one, called Destroyer. Player title Wrathful. Player title Heart. You could make Lilith's Heart with this. Alright, and the 7th Journey Cache, this one is legendary. Jewelry, number of late game resources, Scroll of Amnesia, which refunds all allocated skill points and Paragon points. Yeah, the Scroll of Amnesia I think is something that should be just buyable in-game, because it's just something that is really good to have if you want to respec, because respeccing the full Paragon tree is clicking 225 times, it's no fun. Now, what do we have to do for this? 6 out of 8 objectives. Purify Seeds of Hatred in PvP areas. Kill 5 Helltide commanders during Helltide. Open 5 Tortured Gifts of Mysteries, no, 3 Tortured Gifts of Mysteries during Helltide. Kill world bosses in Torment. 15, okay. Kill the Echo of Lilith in the Archives of Visalia in Torment 4. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how many people get this. Wrath's Dying... I was expecting this to happen. I was expecting this to be... Wrath's Dying Breath. Defeat the Torment 4 Echo of Varshan. Anointed Immortal, reach level 100. And Lord of Nightmares, complete a Tier 43 Nightmare Dungeon. So, if I was you guys, I don't like PvP, so I probably would skip this one. And then I would probably skip this one, because this is going to be hard to do. I've killed Lilith. I think I can kill it again with this build that I'm going to be playing with my Necromancer, but this is probably something that people can also skip. So all in all, I think this is what I've been seeing so far. This looks like a fair season pass. I wonder, as I said, if it's going to populate these later parts of the season's pass, the later objectives, if you do it earlier. In Diablo 3 it did, so I'm guessing it's going to be the same thing, but we will find out. How do you guys like the season pass? Are you going to be enjoying the season pass, or are you going to be skipping this one? Let me know in the comments below. Hope this was helpful to you. Take care. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comment section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.